Hello, welcome to another episode of the I Hate Cooking Show. I'm your host, Meeti. This is my kitchen and I hate cooking. But we have to do it. We have to eat to survive. So one thing that keeps me motivated to cook is that my brother has repeatedly said, I don't respect people who can't cook. And I think about that from time to time. He's like, knowing how to cook is a basic human skill. You should know how to cook. And I'm just like, I don't take your opinion seriously because I wrote your college essay when I was in middle school. But you do you, you know? Sorry, I hope he doesn't watch this. Okay, so today we're gonna be making khichdi. Khichdi is a popular dish that I've made many times on this show before. It's a very simple, easy, healthy recipe. It's Indian, it tastes good. All Indian people eat it. They have their own variations, you know? Indian food isn't like a standard thing, you know, where it's like, oh, we all eat, it's like a certain recipe, but it's like everyone has their own little like recipe, you know? And that's what I love about cooking, you know? Even if you hate it, you gotta do it and you gotta make it your own. So we're here. So what we're gonna do is get some rice and lentils into here and rinse them off. It's always like 1 cup of rice, half a cup of lentils, and like whatever proportion, like it depends on whatever you're doing. No, I'm trying to like be healthier. Because I kind of want to start dating again. I don't know. I don't want to be a slob. Which is honestly a phenomenal way to live life. If you are fine being single, being a slob is fucking fun. I highly recommend spending like a year or 2 of your life in slobhood. Prior to marriage, ideally. And then do, well, I said half a cup of lentils, but you can add more if you want. Like, no one's gonna be watching, you know? Should probably just pour these into here. Thank you. And add about a little over, I don't know. Okay. There you go. And rinse them. So I'm gonna let those soak for a minute while I chit chat. Okay, look, here's the thing. Beauty has been on my mind a lot lately, and look, I was that bitch in college, okay? I was cute. I got all the boys. There was not a boy I couldn't get in college. And I like went through a process like when I like kind of just started like trying to find myself, like, you know, if I weren't tripping on shrooms, like maybe I wouldn't be who I am today. But I was tripping on shrooms and acid and smoking weed in college, and so I was like, and then I started, like, I joined stand-up comedy club in like 2015, whatever. And I just went on this trajectory of like, okay, like, who am I? I'm gonna find myself and whatever. And so I let go of beauty a lot, you know, like, and I mean, I was legitimately, like, I don't know, like, there wasn't like a, you know, like, I went to Binghamton University for undergrad, and like, soccer boys are really popular there. And I don't know, there wasn't a single soccer boy I couldn't get, okay? I mean, maybe my social ineptitude may have prevented some of that, but thankfully that experience has allowed me to be detached from male approval, because I realized that my insecurity is separate from male approval, male validation, whatever. But when I started to like let go of like my physical appearances during this time, like I started not to like let go, like, yeah, I wasn't like letting go, I was following a spiritual path. And so I was shedding my attachment to how I look, and I knew, like, and I was trying to develop a value system that went ingrained within me, where I'm not constructing myself from the outside in, but from the inside out. And so, yeah, that's when I started like growing out my gray hair. Like, I physically couldn't be anything other than who I am. And so, like, it was hard for me. Like, I would henna dye my hair initially, but like something about it just felt like it wasn't me, you know? but I stopped dyeing it and I felt like I was me. And now that it's been several years of doing that, I am reacquainting myself with beauty because I do performance art, right? I perform. And so realigning with that, it's like it's hard for me to make that jump back into that, like with all of the things that I've developed as a person internally. But I'm trying to, and so like all these like, I have a very good understanding of insecurity and how it doesn't really matter what you look like. Like as long as you feel insecure, you're gonna feel insecure. As long as you feed into those types of emotions, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna find reasons to be insecure. So I'm really trying to make sure that I'm confident in stepping into things that make me feel more beautiful, regardless of how anybody else feels about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm beautiful, naturally beautiful, but like I'm also like not in my peak, like I'm not in the comfort zone of being my most beautiful self every day. Like I'm in my comfort zone of chilling, like thinking, and all of these things. And I mean, I made these sacrifices with them, and I'm so grateful that like I can heal these things that I just was not thinking about through this like process of becoming, right? Okay, so I'm gonna finish washing this. So you basically just have to rinse it a few times until the water is clear in the lentils and rice. And then get your rice cooker. Yeah, baby. Gladys has left the situation. Okay. Okay, so get the rice cooker, get the container for it, and you basically want to just put the rice and lentils. Actually, you should probably cook the rice and lentils on the stove a little bit and get them caramelized. So let me just do that really quickly. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna just caramelize the rice and lentils a little bit, or just, put them on the stove. And I'm gonna use a little ghee, and I only have a little bit of ghee that my mom gave me. She gave it for like a specific dish that she made. And she's like, do you want more? And I was like, no, I'll make my own. So maybe I'll make ghee at home one day. Yeah. So just like toss it around. It adds like a little dimension to the flavor. So anyways, yeah, beauty has been on my mind because my set, the bit that I'm working on is on beauty. And I do want to post this for this month. Okay, the thing is, the audience that I performed it at was kind of quiet and not very responsive to my sense of humor. And also in the video, I look dumb, I look bad, I look gross. And so that's also one reason why I'm like more self-conscious right now. There's a lot of reasons why I'm more self-conscious, but it's all just kind of like, so I would love to know like your opinion if you think I should post it as is, where, I'll just redact the video, or if I should just skip over it, if the audience isn't that reactive, like, do you just want to hear the material that I've been working on? The material's been working. It's in like mics, in open mics, it works. It's just that I combined two bits, like I meshed the climate change bit and the beauty bit together a little bit to like the ability to the skills that I have. And so I don't know if that made it more difficult for people to process or what. But yeah, so let me know. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. I wouldn't want to do anything to my appearances to create a false sense of confidence is one of the things that I'm thinking. Like, I do want to get a nose job. Like, I want to so there's options that I'm gonna meet with like one of the surgeons who does non-surgical rhinoplasty, which is basically just injecting fillers, but he also does like regular rhinoplasty, and he also does revisions. And I feel like if you're ever gonna go for a plastic surgeon to do something on your face, you should pick the one that's correcting other doctors, So that's why I'm like, I would prefer it to be someone good. And if I'm gonna be if I'm gonna be in the spotlight, if I'm gonna be famous, then I don't want to look ugly. You know, like I think that like I am confident. It's not to say that I'm not confident, because I'm being honest about this first of all, and I am doing everything mentally to prepare for the change if that were to happen, which I think it will. By making sure that I am stable and secure, and that this thing isn't going to change how I treat people. I don't think God would let me, you know? But yeah, I'm also like working on my physical health. I think food is different. Like I think relating to food is different, and like relating to like exercise and stuff. Like I have been exercising a little bit more. I've been going for runs and stuff. I lost a little bit of weight and then I gained it back. I think there's just certain foods that make me bloat and I don't even know what to do about it. Yeah, I'm just trying to like navigate that, but I want to do it in a way that feels safe and secure, because I've had an eating disorder before, like when I was like 13 and I passed out in a ShopRite, and I was like never again. Like, so I don't really like to engage in like eating disorder behavior. And I also am just like, I think food has been like an emotional thing for me, and I'm trying to relate to, you know what it is? Hold on, I'll tell you. I think a lot of people can relate to this, because the thing is, it's like this, so we have like different chakra systems, right? There's like the solar plexus chakra, which is right here, which has to do with your life purpose. And sometimes it's like the connection with other people can also be right around here. And sometimes when we overextend ourselves for other people and feeling like you have to do something to like save someone else, it can lead to more like emotional eating. Because it sometimes it's not like people see people who are caretakers of others and like givers in that sense as self-sustaining, and so I think that it's a lot of like releasing the emotional dependence on food is about making sure that you're emotionally there for yourself and not overextending yourself for others. And so I think that that's something that I've been healing also. And yeah, so I don't know, just some thoughts. So you just want to put this, like once it's like a little bit like toasty, you want to put it into here. And then add some water. Okay, so before you add water, I also like to add like a little vegetable bouillon into my water. So add a little veggie bouillon. Add some water. Oh crap, this spoon is in here. Just stir it around. You want to make sure that the water is like 1 finger square above the rice and lentils. That's how Indian people cook, where the ratios are in proportion to one another, the spices are at will, and the water is measured in finger squares. And then add some turmeric. I love turmeric. I don't even know why, I just love it. That's too much. My grandma would be disappointed in that. And then add some black pepper because it helps absorb the turmeric. Like, you can't just be eating like a willy-nilly turmeric with no black pepper. Then add some clove. I love clove. There's some cinnamon in here too, but whatever. Yeah, I really like clove. I know it's kind of disgusting. And then get some frozen vegetables. And just add at will. And then you're good to go, you know? I think you can add a little salt. I might add a little salt. It would give me high blood pressure, but I'm gonna also add garlic powder on mine. Can I just stir this around? And yeah, that's really it. Then you put it to cook. And so we're gonna let this cook. It's gonna take like 20 minutes. I'm gonna edit this video and I'll be right back. So yep, there it is. It was pretty good actually. Got I feel like I know this dish at this point, so I make it pretty well. But yeah, so please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want me to upload my February set, even though it's not the best audience reaction, but I feel like I gave a good performance. I'll just post it without the performance part. And also let me know if you'd prefer that if it's not the best that I don't upload it. Because I was thinking I could, instead of doing monthly, I could do like quarterly, you know? Do a fucking quarter trend. Do a fucking fiscal year, you know? Let me know, you know? Anything could happen. So yeah, thank you for watching the I Hate Cooking show. I'll see you at the next episode.